Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to use the Zendesk scheduling system. As you sign on, you're going to come to a home page that looks like this. It's going to have an announcement at the top or a little video. Up in this corner, you're going to see the amount of tickets that are assigned to you. You're also going to see the total amount of tickets that have been assigned to the group. If you go up to views, you'll be able to see how many lessons you have and also the number of lessons that are assigned to each individual person. So if you click on your name, you can actually see all of the lessons that are assigned to you, and you can organize them by starting date from top to bottom. If you click on a lesson, you can see the lesson's details by scrolling to the bottom. It will have the skate park name. Now, in the skate park name, sometimes it might not have the zip code. What you can do is you can copy the city and state, paste into Google, Bedford, Virginia, zip code. Just type in zip code at the end, Bedford, Virginia zip code, New York City zip code, whatever it is. Google it, get the zip code, and paste the zip code here. I always change the search radius to 25 miles. You can always increase that more if you want. So if you're not getting very many instructors on your search results, increase it up to 35 or 50. So after you've found an instructor, you want to put the instructor's name here in the primary instructor box. If he's never done lessons for us before, it's always useful to get a backup instructor, because most people who haven't done lessons are more likely not to show up. If someone has done lessons for us before, there's no sense in getting a backup instructor. There should be no problems with them. So after you have a primary instructor, you want to send them out your confirmation email. You also want to give them the contact information number for the client. They'll give them a call for two reasons. They want to confirm where exactly at the park they'll be meeting them, as well as kind of an introductory call that they can give them their cell phone number in case they need to reschedule any of the dates down the road. After they've contacted the client, they should call us back, and once they've called us back, you check this box here and set the status to solved. Once you've submitted that as a solved lesson, you can view it under Lessons All Set. Lessons All Set will be sorted by assignee. You can also sort them by starting date. If you have a lesson that is coming up soon and you found an instructor for it, and the instructor told you that he's having trouble getting in touch with the client, what you should do is call the client yourself a couple of times, just twice, no more than that. If you still haven't got a response from them, what you should do is check to see if the client has paid. You can search by their name or email address. All of that information should be in the ticket. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see their email address is in here. Copy their email address, paste it into here, and you should see a ticket with their payment if there was one. If there was no payment done, there will be no notification after you search for their email address or their name. So if that's the case, if they haven't paid yet and you're having trouble getting in touch with them, the instructor can't get in touch with them, what you want to do is go to Apply Macro and then go to Customer Not Responding. What that's going to do is automatically assign it to me, and then I'm going to follow up on it to kind of resell it, reconvince them to do the lessons. The good news is that we already have an instructor, so when we do set it up, we kind of already have that part taken care of. So apply macro and then submit. Then it will assign it to me and I'll take care of it. You won't have to do anything else with it. So you can also see, if you go to new tickets, these are lessons or problems, anything that just came in. You won't have to actually work from this page here, so don't worry too much about new tickets at all. Unassigned lessons, though, is something you should check out. Unassigned lessons are lessons that you can assign to yourself that haven't been given to anyone yet. So if you're got most of your lessons done, looking for more work, go to unassigned lessons, open it, and change the assignee to yourself. It's not going to show up in your view unless you also tag it to yourself too. So you have to write assigned to and then select your name from the drop down box. Okay, and then you'll assign it to yourself. When you start calling on it, you can set the status to pending. Okay. I'm going to show you a few other macros that you can use. So there's also a macro that says instructor is unresponsive. So if we get a primary instructor who says he's going to call the client and we never hear back from them, then just go to instructor unresponsive. We'll automatically add a note here and submit. Then what we'll need to do is find a new primary instructor. Okay, I'm going to go over just a couple of scenarios here. If you have a lesson that's scheduled for tomorrow and you still don't have a primary instructor, it's still blank here, and you know it's going to be a problem and you got to go, it's your responsibility to let someone know that we need to reschedule this lesson. You don't have to be the person who calls the client and reschedules it or informs them, but you do have to let someone know. Just because it's on pending and there's no primary instructor there doesn't mean that we're going to be able to find out. It might be the case where that we end up finding out from the client because no one shows up. So if there's nothing listed here, you should really let someone know that you're having trouble so that we can reschedule it. Actually, you must do that. You got to do that. So after you let someone know, just keep the status on pending. Don't close it or anything like that. And that's pretty much everything. That's how you use Zendesk.